What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love women's college basketball, SEC drama, and behind-the-scenes stories the box score doesn't tell, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment letting me know what you thought of LSU's performance, because trust me, this one sparked some real conversations across the conference. Now let's talk about what really happened in Baton Rouge, because this wasn't just LSU beating Alabama. This was a statement. The Tigers didn't just win, they dominated, controlled the game from start to finish, and showed a version of themselves that should have the entire SEC paying attention. And after the final buzzer, Kim Mulkey didn't talk about the score, didn't talk about the stars, and didn't talk about hype. She talked about growth. One name stood above the rest, Jada Richard. In a program loaded with talent and personalities, Mulkey made it clear who was holding everything together. She called Richard the glue. She called her the coach on the floor. And that tells you everything you need to know about how important this moment was, not just for one game, but for LSU's season moving forward. So stay locked in, because we're breaking down how Jada Richard earned Kim Mulkey's trust, why this win over Alabama changes the Tigers' ceiling, and what it means for the rest of the SEC as we head toward March. Let's get into it. Kim Mulkey stood on the sideline in Baton Rouge with that familiar look, arms folded, eyes sharp, already thinking 2 possessions ahead. LSU had just crushed Alabama, the scoreboard reflecting total domination, but Mulkey wasn't focused on the margin. Her attention kept drifting back to one player, one presence that changed the feel of the game from the opening tip. Jada Richard wasn't the loudest star on the floor, but she was the one who made everything make sense. This wasn't just another blowout win in SEC play. It was a moment of clarity for LSU's season. From the very beginning of the year, the Tigers were loaded with talent, but talent alone doesn't win championships. Early on, LSU looked powerful yet uneven, capable of overwhelming opponents 1 minute and losing rhythm the next. Kim Mulkey knew the missing piece wasn't scoring or depth. It was control. Against Alabama, that control finally showed itself. LSU played fast, but not frantic. The ball moved with purpose. Players were in the right spots at the right time. Jada Richard was at the center of it all, calmly guiding possessions, reading the defense, and making the game easier for everyone around her. Her stat line was solid, but it didn't capture her real impact. She was directing traffic, settling the team when things sped up, and punishing Alabama every time they made a mistake. Mulkey saw it immediately. After the game, she didn't talk about the score or even the dominance. She talked about Richard. She called her the glue of the team and went a step further, labeling her the coach on the floor. That kind of praise from Kim Mulkey isn't handed out lightly. It's earned through trust, consistency, and an understanding of the game that mirrors the head coach's own mindset. Jada Richard's growth didn't happen overnight. As a freshman, she showed promise but also hesitation. There were moments when the pace felt too fast and decisions came a split second late. Mulkey is known for her high standards, especially for guards, and those early growing pains were part of the process. This season, that hesitation is gone. Richard isn't reacting anymore. She's anticipating. Alabama tried everything to disrupt LSU's rhythm. They switched defenses, applied pressure, and attempted to clog the lane. None of it worked. Every adjustment was met with a calm response from Richard. When defenders backed off, she scored. When they pressed, she moved the ball. When they hesitated, LSU ran. By halftime, the game felt out of reach, not because LSU was hot, but because they were organized. That organization changed the entire dynamic of the Tigers. Shooters were more comfortable. Post players got the ball earlier in their spots. Transition opportunities were decisive instead of chaotic. This was the version of LSU that Kim Mulkey has been trying to unlock all season, and Jada Richard was the key. Mulkey even pointed to Richard's background after the game, referencing her experience in a winning high school program. It mattered. Those habits of discipline, communication, and accountability don't disappear at the college level. Sometimes they just need time to surface. Against Alabama, they were on full display. What made Richard's performance stand out even more was what she didn't do. She didn't chase numbers in a blowout. She didn't force shots late. She didn't break the flow of the offense for personal moments. She stayed within the system until the final buzzer. For a coach like Mulkey, that's the ultimate sign of maturity. This game also sent a clear message to the rest of the SEC. LSU is no longer relying solely on overwhelming talent. They're playing with structure. They're playing with balance. And when a team this talented finds rhythm and discipline at the same time, the ceiling changes. As the season moves deeper into SEC play and toward March, the margin for error shrinks. Sloppy guard play ends seasons. Poor decision-making gets exposed. Mulkey knows championships are built on guards who can think under pressure, and Jada Richard is proving she can be that player. When Kim Mulkey singles you out after a 40-point win and praises you not for scoring but for running the team, that's more than a compliment. It's a statement. Jada Richard didn't just help LSU crush Alabama. She announced her arrival as the steady hand guiding a championship contender. And if this version of Jada Richard is here to stay, LSU didn't just win a game. They found their balance. And history has shown that when a Kim Mulkey team finds balance, the rest of the country usually feels it.